Hello again and welcome back to the channel. It's been a long while since I did one of these non-animation videos, and yeah, but that's kind of it. It's been a long time. I want to do a matchup I thought of, V1 versus the Dark Deception monsters from Dark Deception. Why? Because both of these these indie game, not indie game, I don't know, indie games, yeah, probably. Both of these deal with hell, so yeah, and we all love hell here. We all love hell, yeah. But yeah, without further ado, I'm just gonna get into it so we can get this done quick. So yeah, bye. Okay, let's start with Dark Deception scaling. So first, they should be at the very least street level, being able to kill people. Yeah. So let's actually get into some actual stuff. Multiple monsters should be into those wall level ranges. Low tier monsters like murder monkeys should be into those wall level ranges. Being V characters like the murder monkeys being able to destroy walls, Hangry destroying walls, and he can also destroy bigger walls, which could get into those small building level ranges. So yeah, and this higher end of small building level is kind of consistent with where a lot of the other monsters and titans or everything scales. So other feats insert now. That's kind of it for their low end scaling. Yeah, that's it. So now I want to talk about Malak. Not Marlock? Malak. Yeah, Malak, yeah. For starters, I found him having two infinite power statements, one by Beerus and one by the Reaper, a Reaper nurse, the Reaper nurse at the counter. This should get him into those universal lower ranges, since if you have infinite power, you're high universal or something like that. Yeah, yeah. No, for stronger, it's stated on multiple occasions, but I'm just gonna show you one that the riddle of heaven is Malak's power, and without the riddle of heaven, without the riddle of heaven and the ring pieces, the dimensions, the nightmare dimensions, cannot be stabilized. If the dimensions aren't there, they just crumble to dust. So that would get him into those low multiversal ranges, since there are like 10 dimensions that should be, yeah, 10 dimensions. So yeah, that's kind of it for where they scale in the dark deception scaling in the strength category. For speed, I would say they're like superhuman and subsonic, based on how characters like the Reaper nurses and Matron can catch up and move on par with ambulances, which should be into like those superhuman, possibly subsonic ranges. So yeah, these are some of Malak's powers, since he's most likely going to be the only one that's going to stand any chance against V1, or can beat him. I don't know. Let's just talk about V1 now. V1 is the main antagonist of Ultra Kill, and a robot that purges the layers of hell, and they absorb blood, and it keeps them running or something. It regenerates them. Yeah. Well, yeah. Anywho, let's get into where he scales. V1 is a character who can fight the corpse of King Minos, who is able to punch at like a town level. Yeah, town level. And it's kind of consistent with how the Leviathan lunges at V1 and he's able to parry it. He's able to parry both of them, so he should mainly sit into those town level ranges. So yeah. For a potentially higher end, King Minos, the corpse of King Minos can make black holes, which, when calculated, can get into like star level. For speed, V is able to keep up with the Prime Souls, who are able to move at those hypersonic ranges, across basically any distance. But yeah, that's kind of it for V1. So let's get on to the final part of this video. Okay, now let me give my opinion on how I think this matchup would go. Now, obviously, the small low tier demons, like everybody that's not Malak, is going to absolutely get absolutely decimated by V1. He's just far stronger, and they are just far weaker and far slower. So yeah. So Malak versus V1. I think that V1 would take the speed department probably. Whether you take V1, no, not V1, Malak walking through the shadows as a hacks or not, you can get Malak from subsonic to immeasurable. So I think that it could go probably either way for both of them. So yeah, it's really the strength department where I think that Malak just slams, because Malak is like infinitely stronger than V1. V1 is like a starbuster, while Malak is a universe buster, infinitely stronger again. So I think that V1 would most likely get beat by Malak. So yeah. That's kind of it for the video. I guess like and subscribe. I don't really care anymore. I'm just bored, tired of doing literally anything. And I'm not about to talk about myself. Leave the video. Bye.